Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Welcome to today's reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, chapter number 10, verse number 67. We shall be continuing from Mukham Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langate Girim Yat Kripa Tamham Vande Shri Gurum Din Tarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hari Om Tat Sat. Verse 67. Nityananda Jagannātha Mukund Damodar Chari Jane Yukti Tabe Karila Antara. After this, the other devotees headed by Nityananda Prabhu, Jagannātha, Mukund and Damodar began to consider a certain plan purported by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Even though a person is rejected by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the devotees of the Lord do not reject him. Therefore, the Lord's devotees are more merciful than the Lord himself. Srila Narottam Das Thakur thus sings, Chariya Vaishnav Seva Nistar Peche Keba. One cannot be relieved from the material clutches without engaging in the service of pure devotees. The Lord himself may sometimes be very hard, but the devotees are always kind. Thus, Kala Krishna Das received the mercy of the 4 devotees mentioned above. Also, it's Narottam Das Thakur's disappearance day. As well. Verse number 68. Gauda Deshe Pathaite Chahi Ek Jana Ai Ke Kahibe Yae Prabhura Agamana. The Lord's 4 devotees considered, we want a person to go to Bengal just to inform Satyajit Mata about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's arrival at Jagannātha Purī. Verse 69. Advaita Shrivasadi Yata Bhakta Gana Sabai Asibe Shuni Prabhura Agamana. After hearing the news of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's arrival, devotees like Advaita and Shrivas will certainly come to see him. Verse number 70. E Krishna Dase Diva Gore Pathana Eta Kahi Tare Rakhilena Ashvasiya. Let us therefore send Krishnadas to Bengal. Saying this, they kept Krishnadas engaged in the service of the Lord and gave him assurance. Purport: because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rejected him, Kala Krishnadas became very, very sorry and began to cry. Therefore, the Lord's devotees took compassion upon him, gave him assurance, and encouraged him to continue to engage in Lord's service. Verse number 71. Ar dine Prabhu sthane kaila nivedan ajna deha gauda deshe pathai ek jana. The next day, all the devotees asked Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, please give permission for a person to go to Bengal. Verse number 72. Tomar dakshina gamana shuni shachi aaye advaitadi bhakta sab ache dukha paye. Mother Shachi and all the devotees headed by Advaita Prabhu are all very unhappy due to not receiving news about your return from your South Indian tour. Verse number 73. Ekajane yai kahuk shubh samachar Prabhu kahe say kara ye ichha tomar. One person should go to Bengal and inform them about the auspicious news of your return to Jagannātha Purī. Purport: upon hearing this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, do whatever you decide. Verse number 74. Tabi se Krishna Dase Gaude Pathaila Vaishnav Sabake Dite Mahaprasada Dila. In this way, Kala Krishnadas was sent to Bengal and he was given sufficient quantities of Lord Jagannath's food remnants to distribute there. Verse number 75. Tabe Gauda Deshe Aila Kala Krishnadas Navadvipe Gela Tenha Shachi Ai Pash. Thus, Kala Krishnadas went to Bengal and he first went to Navadvip to see Mother Shachi. Verse number 76. Mahaprasad Diya Tanre Kaila Namaskar Dakshina Haite Aila Prabhu Kahe Samachar. Upon reaching Mother Shachi, Kala Krishnadas first offered his obeisances and delivered the food remnants, that is the Mahaprasadam. He then informed her of the good news that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had returned from South Indian Tour, verse number 77. Shuniya Anandita Haila Shachimata Mana Shivasadi Aryata Yata Bhakta Gana. This good news gave much pleasure to Mother Shachi as well as to all the devotees of Navadvip headed by Srivas Thakur, verse number 78. Shuniya Sabar Haila Param Ullas Advaita Acharya Grihe Gela Krishnadas. Hearing of Lord Chaitanya's return to Puri, everyone became very glad. Krishnadas next day went to the house of Advaita Acharya, verse number 79. Acharya Prasada Diya Kari Namaskar Samyak Kahila Mahaprabhura Samachar. After paying him respectful obeisances, Krishnadas offered Mahaprasadam to Advaita Acharya. He then informed him of the news of Lord Chaitanya in complete detail. Verse number 80. Shuni Acharya Gosanira Anand Haila Prema Veshe Hunkar Bahu Nritya Gita Kaila. When Advaita Acharya Goswami heard of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's return, he became very pleased. In his great ecstasy of love, he made a rumbling sound and danced and chanted for a long time. Verse 81. Haridas Thakurera Haila Param Ananda Vasudeva Datta Gupta Murari Sena Shivananda. Also hearing this auspicious news, Haridas Thakur became very pleased. So also did Vasudeva Datta, Murari Gupta and Shivananda Sena. Verse 82. Acharya Ratna Ar Pandita Vakreshwara Acharya Nidhi Ar Pandita Gadadhara. Acharya Ratna, Vakreshwar Pandit, Acharya Nidhi and Gadadhar Pandit were all very pleased to hear this news. Verse 83. Shri Ram Pandit R. Pandit Damodar, Shriman Pandit R. Vijaya Sridhara, Shri Ram Pandit Damodar Pandit, Shri Ram Pandit Vijaya and Sridhar were also very pleased to hear it. Verse 84. Raghav Pandit R. Acharya Nandana, Kateka Kahiba R. Yata Prabhura Gana. Raghav Pandit, Nandan Acharya and all the devotees became very satisfied. How many can I describe? Verse 85. Shuniya Sabar Haila Param Ulla Sabe Meli Gela Shri Advaitera Pash. Everyone was very pleased and they all gathered together at the house of Advaita Acharya. Verse 86. Acharya Sabe Kaila Charan Vandana Acharya Gusani Sabera Sabare Kaila Alingan. All the devotees offered respectful obeisances at the lotus feet of Advaita Acharya, and in return Advaita Acharya embraced them all. Verse 87. Dina Dui Tina Acharya Mahotsav Kaila Nilachal Yaite Acharya Yukti Dridha Kaila. Advaita Acharya then held a festival that lasted 2 or 3 days. Thereafter they all made a firm decision to go to Jagannātha Purī. Verse 88. Sabe Meli Navadvipe Ekatra Hena Niladri Chalila Shachi Matara Ajna Lena. All the devotees met together at Navadvip and then, with Mother Shachi's permission, departed for Niladri, Jagannātha Purī. Verse 89. Prabhura Samachar Shuni Kulin Gram Vasi Satyaraj Ramananda Milila Sabe Asi. The inhabitants of Kulina Gram, Satyaraj, Ramananda and all other devotees there came and joined Advaita Acharya. Verse 90. Mukund Narhari Raghunandan Khand Haite Acharyera Thani Aila Nilachala Yaite. Mukund Narhari Raghunandan and all the others came from Khanda to Advaita Acharya's home to accompany him to Jagannātha Purī. Verse 91. Se Kale Dakshina Haite Paramananda Puri Ganga Tire Tire Aila Nadia Nagari. At that time, Paramananda Puri came from South India, traveling along the banks of the Ganges. He ultimately reached the town of Nadia. Verse 92. Aira Mandire Sukhe Karila Vishram Ai Tanre Bhiksha Dila Kariya Samman. At Navadvip, Paramananda Puri took his board and lodging at the house of Shachi Mata. She provided him with everything very respectfully. Verse 93. Prabhura Agaman Tenha Tahani Shulila Shigra Nilachal Yaite Tandra Ichha Haila. While residing at the house of Shachi Mata, Paramananda Puri heard the news of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's return to Jagannātha Purī. He therefore decided to go there as soon as possible. Verse number 94. Prabhura Eke Bhakta Dvij Kamalakant Nam Tanre Lena Nilachale Karila Prayan. There was a devotee of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu named Dvij Kamalakant, whom Paramananda Puri took with him to Jagannath Puri. Verse 95. Satvare Asiya Tenha Milila Prabhure Prabhura Anand Haila Pana Tanhare. Paramananda Puri very soon arrived at Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's place. The Lord was very happy to see him. Verse 96. Premaveshe Kaila Tandra Charan Vandana Tenha Premaveshe Kaila Prabhure Alingan. In the great ecstasy of love, the Lord worshipped the lotus feet of Paramananda Puri, and in turn Paramananda Puri embraced the Lord in great ecstasy. Verse 97. Prabhu kahe Toma Sange Rahite Vancha Haya More Kripa Kari Kara Niladri Ashraya. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, please stay with me and thus show me favor accepting the shelter of Jagannath Puri. Verse 98. Puri kahe Toma Sange Rahite Vancha Kari Goda Haite Chali Ailana Nilachal Puri. Paramananda Puri replied, I also wish to stay with you, therefore I have come from Bengal, Goda to Jagannath Puri. Verse number 99. Dakshin Haite Shuni Tomar Agamana Shachi Anandita Arayata Bhaktagana. At Navadvip, Madashachi and all the devotees were very glad to hear about your return from South India. Verse number 100. Sabe Asite Chena Tomare Dekhite Tan Sabar Vilamb Dekhi Ailan Tvarite. They're all coming here to see you, but seeing that they were delayed, I came alone very quickly. Verse 101. Kashi Mishwera Avase Nibrite Ek Ghara Prabhu Tanre Dila Ar Sevar Kinkara. There was a solitary room at Kashi Mishra's house, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave it to Paramananda Puri. He also gave him a servant. Verse number 102. Ardine Aila Swarup Damodar Prabhura Atyant Marmi Rasera Sagar. Swarup Damodar also arrived the next day. He was very intimate friend of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's, and he was an ocean of transcendental mellows. Purport: Swarup is one of the names of Brahmachari in Shankaracharya's disciplic succession. In the Vedic discipline, there are 10 names for sannyasi, and it is customary for our Brahmachari assisting a sannyasi of the designation Tirtha or Ashram to receive the title Swarup. Damodar Swarup was formerly a resident of Navadvip, and his name was Purushottamacharya. When he went to Varanasi, he took sannyas from a sannyasi designated Tirtha. Although he received the title Swarup in his Brahmachari stage, he did not change his name when he took sannyas. Actually, as a sannyasi, he should have been called Tirtha, but he chose to retain his original Brahmachari title of Swarup. Verse 103. Purushottamacharya Tanra Nam Purvashrame Navdvipe Chila Tenha Prabhura Charane. When Swarup Damodar was residing at Navadvip under the shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his name was Purushottamacharya. Verse 104. Prabhura Sannyas Dekhi Unmat Hena Sannyas Grihana Kaila Varanasi Giya. After seeing that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted the renounced order, Purushottamacharya became like a madman and immediately went to Varanasi to take sannyas. Verse 105. Chaitanyananda Guru Tanra Ajna Dilena Tanre Vedanta Padiya Padao Samast Lokere. At the conclusion of his sannyas, his spiritual master Chaitanyananda Bharati ordered him read the Vedanta Sutra and teach it to all others. Verse 106. Param Virakta Tenha Param Pandita Kaye Mane Ashriyache Shri Krishna Charita. Swarup Damodar was a great renunciant as well as a great learned scholar. With heart and soul, he took shelter of Supreme Personality of Godhead Shri Krishna. Verse 107. Nishchinte Krishna Bhajiba Eita Karane Unmadya Karila Tenha Sannyas Grahane. He was very enthusiastic to worship Shri Krishna without disturbance, and therefore, almost in madness, he accepted the sannyas order. Verse 108. Sannyas Karila Shikha Sutra Tyag Rupa Yoga Patta Nam Nila Nam Haila Swarup. Upon accepting sannyas, Purushottamacharya followed the regulative principles by giving up his tuft of hair and sacred thread, but he did not accept the saffron-colored dress. Also, he did not accept a sannyasi title, but remained as Naishtika Brahmachari. Purport: there are regulative principles governing the renounced order. One has to perform 8 kinds of shraddha. One must offer oblations to one's forefather and perform the sacrifice of Virja Homa. Then one must cut off the tuft of hair called Shikha and also give up the sacred thread. These are preliminary processes in the acceptance of sannyas. And Swarup Damodar accepted all this. However, Purushottamacharya did not accept the saffron color as sannyasi name or a danda, and for this reason he retained his brahmachari name. Actually, Purushottamacharya did not accept the sannyas order formally, but he renounced worldly life. He did not want to be disturbed by the formality of the sannyas order. He simply wanted to worship Lord Shri Krishna without disturbance. Therefore, with heart and soul, he took up the renounced order, but not the formalities accompanying it. Renunciation means not doing anything but serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna. When one acts on this platform, trying to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one is both a sannyasi and a yogi. This is confirmed in the Bhagavad-Gita 6.1. Shri Bhagavan-vacha anashritaha karma phalam karyam karma karoti yah sa sannyasi cha yogi cha na niragnir na chakriyah. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, one who is unattached to the fruits of his work and who works as he is obligated in the renounced order of life, and he is the true mystic, not the one who lights no fire and performs no work. Verse 109. Guru Thani Ajna Magi Aila Nilachale Ratri Dine Krishna Prema Ananda Vivale. After taking permission from his sannyas guru, Swarup Damodar went to Nilachal and accepted the shelter of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then all day and night in ecstatic love of Krishna, he enjoyed transcendental mellows in the loving service of the Lord. Verse 110. Pandit Yera Avadhi Vakya Nahi Karo Sane Nirjane Rahiye Lok Sabha Nahi Jane. Swarup Damodar was the limit of all learned scholarship, but he did not exchange words with anyone. He simply remained in a solitary place and no one could understand where he was. Verse 111. Krishna Rasa Tattva Veta Deha Prema Rupa Sakshat Mahaprabhura Dvitiya Swarup. Shri Swarup Damodar was the personification of ecstatic love, fully cognizant of the transcendental mellows in a relationship with Krishna. He directly represented Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as his second expansion. Verse 112. Grantha Shloka Gita Kahe Keha Prabhu Pase Ane Swarup Pariksha Kaile Pache Prabhu Shune. If someone wrote a book or composed verses and songs and wanted to recite them before Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Swarup Damodar would first examine them and then correctly present them. Only then would Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu agree to listen. Verse 113. Bhakti Siddhanta Viruddha Ar Rasabhash Bhasa Shunite Nahaye Prabhura Chittera Ullas. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was never pleased to hear books or verses opposed to the conclusive statements of devotional service. The Lord did not like hearing Rasabhas, the overlapping of transcendental mellows. Purport: Bhakti Siddhanta Viruddha refers to that which is against the principle of unity in diversity, philosophically known as Achintya Bheda Bheda. Simultaneously oneness and difference, whereas Rasabhas is something that may appear to be transcendental mellow but actually is not. Those who are pure Vaishnavas should avoid both of these things opposed to devotional service. These misconceptions practically parallel the Mayavadi philosophy. If one indulges in Mayavadi philosophy, he gradually falls down from the platform of devotional service. By overlapping mellows, that is Rasabhas, one eventually becomes a Prakrita Sahajya and takes everything to be very easy. One may also become a member of the Baul community and gradually become attracted to material activities. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has therefore advised us to avoid Bhakti Siddhanta Viruddha and Rasabhas. In this way, the devotee can remain pure and free from fall downs. Everyone should try to remain aloof from Bhakti Siddhant Viruddha Rasabhas. So we'll continue reading from verse number 114 next time. Thank you for joining. Hare Krishna.